Hi guys, welcome to this week's training video. This week we're looking at hangboarding. Now with hangboarding you don't want to rush into it. This is an extremely strenuous activity that you should avoid starting until you develop some base finger strength so you don't risk injuring your tendons. It is also really important to remember that tendons are different from your muscles, and as such, pain does not mean you are straining them and therefore strengthening them. If you are straining your tendons, this does not strengthen them. So if you feel any pain at any point, please stop immediately and rest for a couple of days until they return to normal. Now, hangboarding should be classed as a workout in its own right. If you're doing a full hangboarding session, then you should not be using it as a cool down or a warm up to a normal or full climbing session. Now that we're actually getting into hangboarding, there are three types of grips you should know: open-handed, half crimp, and full crimp. Now, you should not be using full crimp on a hangboard, as even the most veteran climbers find that this is too strenuous and easily can lead to injury. A couple of really important notes with hangboarding. The first is your body position. Firstly, you want to activate your shoulders. You don't want to let them pull up towards your ears. You then want to focus on your elbows. Activate your elbows, slightly bending them so they're not at full extension. And you want to make sure that you're hanging directly below the board with a straight back and body. Always warm up beforehand. There are three components to any good warm-up: pulse raising, which is a cardio section, limbering up, which was your dynamic stretches, and some easy strength-based movements, such as some light pull-ups on large jugs, or some push-ups and sit-ups on the ground to activate your larger muscle groups. Now, your warm-up should be at least 15 minutes long. And after you continue this, it's important to then focus on your fingers by doing a small number of easy climbs using progressively harder or smaller holds until your fingers feel nice and warm and at their peak. Be very careful not to overdo it here. Remember, the aim isn't to crush a hard climb, but just to warm up your fingers and avoid injury. Now, for the first couple of weeks, you want to focus on strengthening, but you also want to grow accustomed to the training. As such, make sure you select holds that you can hold on to for 10 to 15 seconds, but not much longer, and begin training with them. You want to hang on to them for 15 seconds, or as long as you can, if not 15, and then hop off and rest for 30 seconds. Repeat this 4 times and then have a 2-minute rest. Do about 3 to 5 sets of this depending on your endurance, and just making sure to be very mindful of your fingers. So the aim of this is to achieve 15-second hangs on the holds that you select, and each time you grab and are able to complete 3 full sets. After a few weeks, you might want to select harder holds. This time you want to focus on holds you can only hold on to for about 5 to 8 seconds. Now this is the Goldilocks zone. Any shorter and you're putting undue strain on your hands, and any longer, it's actually a little bit too easy, so you're not maximizing the training of your tendons. So with these holds you can only hold on to for 5 to 8 seconds, you want to do the same, aiming for a 10-second hang before you go up to a 15-second hang. Again, make sure you're having a rest between hangs and completing a couple of sets with a larger rest in between them. Always end your hangboard session if you feel any pain during your sets, and I cannot repeat that enough. If your elbows, shoulder or back hurt during your sets, stop immediately, rest for a couple of weeks, and then really come back and reevaluate your form. Ask a friend or another climber to spot you, and just make sure that everything is looking just as it should and is perfectly in line. And when you are done with your workout, remember to always warm down and stretch out your forearms using both dynamic and static stretches. If you need any more tips or want to check your form, feel free to come in and ask your staff next time you're in, especially if you are using our hangboards. If you like this training video, please leave a comment below, like and subscribe.